It is June 4th already. I've been MIA. My videos are way behind, but I'm gonna try to get this one up as quick as possible. But those of you that know, this isn't my full-time job, and the way things are now, I've been at work a lot lately. So he got all the corn ground sprayed, and he just called, said he's finishing up with the other sprayer. I think we have a shuttle of 32% nitrogen showing up, and we might need to put a little in this. We still have some left for spring, but we like to have as much as possible, so when we get going, it's go time. Putting the Y drops on from 360 Yield Center. Very simple. There's a bracket that's on here. Just a quick little pin clip deal. They slide up in that. I have to hook all my hoses up, and I like to put my hoses up through that because you got to imagine tall corn going between these rows. You don't want your hoses getting pulled. You can see maybe right here, there's a break in sections. All of these, even if they're hooked up out here, have to get hooked up from that nozzle back. We shut off the two outside sections, so only product is going to the middle. So that gets to be kind of a thing. You can see here, we've just got a whole pile of these quick connectors. And here there's all the short ones that are stashed on this one. But I have to go through and I have to figure out which length needs to go where so that we can make the connections. And we've tried numbering them. That gets rubbed off in the wet corn, even if it's on the back side. We haven't had luck. So tried laying them out in the shop, and we usually end up moving them for something. So it's no big deal. It just takes me a couple extra minutes here to get them hooked up. So I've got them out here now just so I can make the connections a lot easier. You can see it's a Chauvin sprayer, and it holds 1,600 gallons, or 1,500, and usually don't go that full. That's a lot of weight. Figured I'd show you guys these. So all you do is turn them, and some of these have two nozzles on if you're going to spray differently, but we just turn it so the one that has nothing is pointing down so that we can hook our hose, because that's where the product is going to come out. It's down. Right or wrong, I was always taught to turn clockwise so you're not loosening anything. Could just be an old wives' tale. That's all there is to it. And this is our last one here, because you can see that this hose stops. This is the end of a section. So we don't use those, we'll shut those off. It doesn't matter if those are pointing down, because there's no product that'll go to those. That hissing you hear is the hydraulic block there that controls the controls to go in and out, up, down, folding, tilting. I left that remote on, but now I just need to connect these all in. Well, I am missing a couple O-rings to make those connections, but I'll just show you here. We're all set up. I gotta fix that breakaway section. But I like to have them go up and get connected in with the clip. They stay hidden behind the posts, pole, whatever you want to call it. And the corn can't pull on them. And I like to keep them up above, in line with the boom, so they don't get hooked on anything either. So back here I made all my connections, or most of them. You can see I coiled it up if there's extra, just so it doesn't hang. I'll grab that hose now that we're getting into taller corn. I'll put that up in a place that it's safe. Well, we're just gonna run this thing over to the bins. I think the O-rings are stashed over there. Get everything hooked up and tied up nicely. And maybe over here is our section controller. Now you can see these three here are sections that are on, and it's as obvious as it seems. We just turn these two off, we leave our middle one on, and now it's supplying product to only the Y drops that we've hooked up. We can set our rate here so that we can, it'll know based on the GPS of the tractor, a speed, and how wide we are and everything, that we're putting down what we want. You know, 30 gallons an acre, whatever it might be. We can set that, which is really kind of nice. So as your speed varies because you're in short rounds, or because you went through a muddy spot or something that you sped up or whatever, you're still putting down the same amount of product. The pump will speed up or slow down, because if you just have it on manual, you set it to a certain pressure, well, then you either have to hold that same speed all day, or anytime you change, you know, it's you're putting down a different rate, and the stuff's not cheap, and we like to make sure, you know, it does the job it needs to do, so we're putting down what the corn needs. We're off. Same day. He's spraying corn right next to me. 4630 and the other sprayer. Both have 90-foot booms on them. Now here we go. We've done it when corn is this height, and by the time I get across all the corn, it'll be taller. But we've done it when, like, the last second that we can possibly get across it as kind of experiments. And there's some literature that come out this winter about doing it around this stage of the corn for helping it like decide how big the ear is going to be, whatnot. They're saying there's more of a yield boost here. We still have the option to do split applications and come back and do it again, but we're doing our normal rate right now, and we've seen really good results when we did it at this stage. The year we had the tornado was the year we did this, and then we were really bumming because the ears were just monstrous. So hopefully same thing with this year. The weeds are just starting to get burned. This was probably sprayed within the last couple of days. I don't know which day exactly, but the sun's glaring. But you can see here we got our target 30. We're hitting 30 right now, so that's kind of nice. Can go about 6 miles an hour. I'm not like those Larson Farm boys, the Big Swede and Chet. Holy smokes! You watch their Instagram, and I'm sure their YouTube videos will be out soon. Those guys move in those top air sprayers. But we are pushing 30 gallons through here, and I could up the pressure, but there's really no sense to really get after it because we're out of 32 tonight, so another semi in the morning. Filling. Just double checked my, I know how many acres I went across just because I know how many acres that field is and how many gallons I went through, and confirm my monitor is correct in stating that we are indeed putting down 30 gallons an acre. It's always good to kind of check that from time to time. And I'm just going to spread out this last, I'll probably have about 900 gallons on me. Find 30 acres quick and spread it out for the night. Just kidding. Looking at it again, we got 3,000, we got 1,500 empty, and then we got our 1,000 cart empty. Plus I can fit a little more on, and I think about 45 to 4,300 gallons comes on a semi. This way I'll have something to do if I beat the semi here. But otherwise I'm just going to spread tomorrow. Just emptying out his booms here. I think he's done with corn. It's 7 p.m. and that's gonna be it. Back at it in the morning. Glad to be back out at the farm. Really nice, just kind of clears the mind. So with that, you guys have a good night. Be safe as always. Check you later.